Okay, let's look at the other ones you're gonna do, okay? So let's take the one that's wider, okay? Like this. And on this one, let's put down the lines that we need. Okay, and this one looks really long. But what you're gonna do is we went down 11 inches. So you can do the same. And then I did, yeah, so let's do, okay, first of all, you're going to put your grain down the center, okay? So I started with the grain on center front, but now I'm gonna put it down the center, okay? So, I'm trying to remember how wide this is. Okay, it's 45. So I want it 22 and a half. So I'm just gonna use this ruler. And I'm gonna go over 22 and a half right here. And I'll do the same here. And then I'll draw my line. Okay, so there's my grain. And now I'm going to go, I think I did 11 inches, didn't I, from the top? So I'm gonna do 11. I'll go 11. 11. Oops. And then just go ahead and draw that. Okay, all right, so then we'll start by using our center line. And if I do right here, then I'll use the princess line. And the first thing I'll do is put this right at the hip line and the princess line, okay? Let's see. Okay, so there's that. And I'm gonna take this straight up. Now remember, when we go straight up, we don't want any extra length. We want that nice and smooth. Okay, so I've got that straight up. This one's a little more awkward to work with, but let's see. Okay. And then you can see how you just start, like I'm gonna put this, I'm just gonna pin this up here so that it doesn't flop around, okay? And then I'm just gonna start to do a little bit of slashing here so that I can work with this, okay? So I'm going to put a flare, I'll put it kind of in the middle here. So I'm gonna go straight across. And I didn't put my pins in before because I just want to go over about halfway. Then I'm going to make sure this is where it's supposed to be. Then I'm gonna come down here and put a pin right below this one. Okay, so that's here. So that's where you have to kind of try and get this accurate. But see now, notice, look how much, see the length here? I didn't get that. You want to get that smooth. If there's extra length, it's not gonna, and I think it's the waist that's causing, because it's this where, first do your hip line. Okay, so if you do your hip line first, because your waist is going to change, then do your waist, okay, then you can drop this and do your flare. And remember, if this is where I want the flare to, then I've got to go straight to that. Okay, so then you're going to drop this, get the flare in that you want. Then you can trap, and see it's, I need to get that even, well, that's good. So there's that. Then trap the flare, how much flare you want, and put a pin. Okay, and then you might, I've got quite a bit here, I might try and do one more. And maybe I could have done 2 right here instead of just 1. But if I do another one here, then I'm going to come along here and let's do another one, right? Where did I do it? Right here. Oh. Okay. Drop your flare. See, look at that one's going in nice. Okay, and I have enough seam allowance, but it kind of like where you are going to slash it, it's going to open up a little bit right there. Okay, that looks good. All right. So, okay, I think I used those pins. So now I'm just going to go ahead and mark, pin this where it goes. And mark your hem. And that one looks good. Oh, I got to do the other side. Okay, so then you've got this to work with. Okay. All right, so that is that one. I'm not going to finish it so you guys can get started. But I do want to mention there is one other thing. Okay, so because I put my straight grain here, and then I'm just rounding in, I'm drawing in the seam line here. This is going to be curved. But now, what happens when I go to do my other dress, other drape on my skirt? And if I want to do my straight grain here, the problem is rarely do we have a straight grain going down the side seam, unless it's a circle skirt that's straight. So when you start to drape this one, go ahead and put it as close as you can to the side, and then keep doing your flare cones. And then when you finish and you're thinking, wow, to get my flare cones nice and straight, I've really got extra on my waist, then you push it off so that then the side becomes curved.